Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. Well, they came back apart, as you've seen from the earlier video. Hope I didn't say nothing bad at the end. But I pulled them out, guys, and they're way too good to scrap. See how everything was perfect too. My glue joints inside for my rudder post. Everything was perfect. Why? I think probably because it was cold and glue didn't set all the way up. I'm not sure. But all that carbon, I just peeled it all off this morning. The rest of it just peeled off. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it didn't set long enough. Too cold last night. I don't know, but next time, guys, I'm going to put some tape right here where I can reach. And maybe get in there and put a piece of tape on that also with a stick. And it'll keep it from doing that. I don't know, guys, but it came off clean except for a couple places. And I'm going to save it and I'm going to do it the old Tom Cook style. You know, Tom Cook glued together his fuselages for years and years and years. Pulled them out of the mold like this. Taped them together, C8'd them, and then went inside with some tape. Yeah, that's how he did it, guys, for years and years. I think he still does it like that. But what I'm going to do for my flanges here to keep them from getting messed up, I'm just going to glue this back part. Okay, and let that set up. I'm just going to, not the whole mold, just the plane. Because they're too good to scrap, guys. They came out pretty good except for this. And they're already busted loose from the sides. I've had this piece out of here too. And it's a carbon toe because resin will run down inside and everything. Once they're separated from the mold, you can't do that no more. So I'm going to do it old Tom Cook style, guys. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm going to fix it. It's just a prototype. And we're going to make it work. Ain't the end of the world. Just one little thing went bad. I did go get me some. 5-minute epoxy in a syringe. I'm only going to glue about this much of it together. And then I can pull it out and do the rest. That's all I'm going to glue. The rest of it, guys, came out really good. Really good. But I don't know, I should have been watching a little bit in the back. But, we'll fix it. Not a big deal. I was just kind of wanting to pull out a nice fuselage this morning. See, all that came out really good. Really, really good. And see, there's the marks where I cut the holes for the slots for the wing. There's one. And there's one. Speed brake. And all came out really good. No voids. Let's hold this here. This glue drive. But the glue joints were good everywhere inside. I think it was the temperature. It got too cold and didn't set up right. But I'm going to cut, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a hole for the engine hatch and the canopy hatch just with my scissors. And then I could get inside the front and tape it. Use some C8, kind of tack glue it together on the seam and just go inside with some tape. Not that big a deal. But man, did it come out good. It really looks good. It's kind of soft in some places, but so you keep them light, guys. Put that carbon toe bulkhead right there. That's going to stiffen the sides up. By the time I get the rest of the bulkheads in there, it'll be fine. We're going to get this thing on the scales. As soon as I pull it out, as soon as this dries in here in the tail, I'll put some tape on it, on the, you know, to hold it together, and we'll throw it on the scales right quick. See what she weighs. Well, almost there, it's getting close. Then put a bunch of wax paper on my rudder to keep it from getting glued in, but servo's already in there. It's sliced. All I gotta do is plug it in. Boom, the horn will pop out. Put my deal right there, and rudder system's done, baby. And if you ever want to get that servo out, just have to cut a door. and put some wood on the inside for a flange. But I like the speed brake setup. It's a little tough with them speed brakes. How long did it take? 5 minutes epoxy to dry. But my molds came out fine, not a chip one, nothing. They're fine. I think also I'm going to put some Pardal on this lip before we put that carbon toe on. I think that was some of the issue. The carbon toe stuck to the lip too good. I don't know, it just didn't separate right, but I think it just didn't sit too long. No, repart all this edge next time, because we ain't gonna give up. It's because it didn't go right the first time. You know, I just got to perfect it, because the way I made these molds, that's the only way it's going to get done. But I'm going to put some tape on it here. There's also, I can probably lay my hatches up with foam, and that'll give me a better glue joint there too. You know, I think I'll do that next time. It's just a lot of force to separate these. Now I know I'm going to hear it. Bob, why don't you drill holes in your mold? Every time I take a mold apart, guys, there's someone in there that says that. And again, I've tried that. My first mold I ever made, my GB, I had holes drilled all over that mold. And all it would do is blow pockets, you know, it'd puff it in like that. And it wouldn't just pop out like everyone thinks they will. They don't. And, you know, I'll get it in there. I'm not drilling a bunch of holes in my mold. It don't work. But it blows pockets, you know, because it'll just go poof. And it'll actually hurt your parts because they're so thin, guys. You know? Once they're all glued together and I get a couple bulkheads in there, they're fine. But this carbon toe's all that's getting back here. I ain't putting a bunch of wood in there. You know, it'll have the landing gear mount where I attach the wing and the turbine, you know, and just a few bulkheads, couple half bulkheads, and that's it. But if you look on all the new jets, that's how they are. My F-16 was like that, but this vertical stab's just going to be rock solid with the foam in there. But drilling holes in your, I mean, it's just, I've tried it, did not work. And I'm not going to drill any holes in any other molds. I had them drilled all over in that GB, guys. All over. Remember my half-scale GB? It's on the wall. That's right. Remember that? Half-scale GB R1 Super Sportster. That was my first mold, and it was huge. 13-foot wingspan, baby, on a GB, and I had holes drilled. I had a 3-piece mold, and it was kind of tough to demold, and I had holes drilled all over that thing and it just never worked. Not even this much. Just so that was my experience. Okay. Get it out of there first. We'll wait for it to dry just another minute. Well, I hope I can load that video without any cuss words being at the end of it. The first one. In disgust, I kind of just shut the camera off. Well, then I realized I showed the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what Bob TV's all about. It just ain't all roses for me all the time either. Now, take this thing together. Matter of fact, seems like I gotta work harder at this than other people do to achieve the same thing. It's going to go together nicely. It's just going to have to work it a little bit. Whatever I got to do to fix it, I just don't want to make a new one. I don't want to take the time. I got too much other stuff to do. thing fly. Bad boy on the scales. That's what's been killing me. Oh my goodness. You guys ain't gonna believe this. Man, I guess I gotta rip my clothes off and go dance around in the street naked. This 3.5 pounds. 3.5 pounds. That's with the rudder and one servo. 3.5 pounds. I was shooting for 5. This is amazing. Man, it's gonna be cold. 3.5 pounds. Man, this thing don't weigh nothing. Shoot a 90mm fan and fly it. My wings are gonna come out super light too, guys. Wow, this is amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these out and then jig it together. I'll clamp these with some wood and some clamps there and there, and I'll do a spot at a time. I'll come in here and just put me a little piece of tape right there. Let that set up. Come back and do that, and then that one, and I'll get her taped together. No big hurry. I'm just wanted to see it here. That's 3.5 pounds with that rudder. Yippee-yi-yay, baby. That's how you build a jet right there. We'll see you guys back in the shop.